Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon, currently studying leadership practice. Today, we gather to discuss the topic of leadership.
What is leadership?
Leadership is the ability to influence and guide others towards a common goal or vision. Have you heard about why did the chicken cross the road?
Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to ponder life's greatest question. Why do the chicken cross the road?
Why bother with the eternal question, right?
I don't know, but I hope it had a good reason to interrupt our perfect chicken gossip session.
To prove it's not chicken? I mean, let's face it, we have a reputation to uphold.
Oh, please, chicken, don't pretend to be fly. We cross to escape the farmer's fry.
Ha! That ain't nothing but a chicken cliche. We cross for adventure, no cornfield can sway.
Maybe we're testing the latest pedestrian crossing technology, trying to ensure we look good for the other farm animals.
Oh, so we're just a bunch of fashion-forward chickens making a runway out of the road?
To get to the other side, duh.
I think the chicken crossed the road to escape Thanksgiving dinner. Smart move, if you ask me.
To defy societal norms and embrace the uncharted territory on the other side.
To prove I'm not just a bird brain, I got street smarts, baby.
Trust me, my friend, sometimes the worms on the other side are worth it.
Indeed, for it is through this bizarre ritual that we transcend our feathered existence, if only for a fleeting moment, to ponder the mystery of life on the other side.
To escape the endless questions about why I crossed the road, duh.
For whatever reason the chicken need to cross the road, it is clear that they all have one common goal: to get to the other side of the road. According to psychologist Bruce Tuckman's team development model, when a team is formed to reach a common goal, there are stages teams typically go through as they develop and progress to a high-performing unit. The model consists of 4 stages: forming, storming, norming, and performing. A 5th stage, adjourning or mourning, was later added to reflect the process of team dissolution or completion. This brings me back to our leadership development activity day. The activity was 8 hours long on a Saturday. I arrived to the venue earlier than most classmates when everyone gathered. The instructors have all our students formed into 2 teams where we play against each other as a team. Naturally, people who knew one another gathered up more classmates in their area for a bigger team. While I was near the ladies' bathroom, I was in a team consisted of mostly girls. Initially, it seems team member numbers weren't evenly distributed. But there was a girl, Jessie. She was feeling a bit discomfort and needed a rest from the first activity, assigned to our team by the instructor. In the end, both teams seemed to share the same number of 10 people. In order to fit in the team, everyone's trying to be welcoming and nice. This was the forming stage of Tuckman's team development model. When the instructors announced the rules of the first activity, which is getting every member of our group to go through a rubber band as quick as possible, I got a little anxious. Because I'm not physically strong, I feared of dragging the team down. After the deliberation of game rules, I panicked a little, because some of our members already came up with suggestions, while I still struggled to understand the game instructions. As everyone team members came up with their individual ideas and suggestions about how we can go through the loop, members inevitably disagree with some. Others left with doubts who to follow or who to listen to. This is the storming stage, where we need clarification of roles and resolving conflicts. We were given 3 rounds of the rubber band challenge. In the first round, we already came up with ideas that for a quicker result, we need to go through the rubber band in groups instead of one by one. Therefore, our result was better than our competitor team. This excited us. We knew we just need to better our execution in order to be more faster and smoother. In the second round, we placed the rubber band on the ground. The timer only starts when we touch the band. So we decided we will separate into 2 4 and 5 persons groups. 4 of us went standing inside the loop on the ground first. The rest stood outside the loop, as the members standing outside the loop picked the rubber band from our feet, up through all of us. 4 members in one go. The 5 members standing outside the loop will switch with the 4 inside the loop. Then the 4 will hold the rubber band and stretch the loop through all 5 members from heads to toes in one go. In the second round, we managed to better our time. This was when we knew this is how we can use this method and better the process. In order to achieve a better result in the third round, we also set our target time. We noticed that once our members stepped out from the loop, some of our shoes will get tangled by the rubber band, causing some time loss, so we also decided to not wear our shoes to facilitate our movement. This is what I believe to be the norming stage of Tuckman's team development model, because we worked out a target and established a norm. We had our share expectations. We also learnt from our past 2 trials. We knew more about how we can communicate effectively and execute the motion smoothly. Our roles became clearer. In the final round of our first activity, we did what we laid out as discussed, executed the plan smoothly, and ultimately broke our previous records. We were very thrilled with our performance. All our team members cheered. The achievement gave us energy boosts. We were hopeful for the coming activities. This was the Tuckman's performing stage. We reached our higher level of collaboration and delivered a better outcome. Remember the chicken? They are discussing something about leadership.
Chicken, the time has come for us to decide who among us is truly fit to be the leader.
A leader's gotta have the guts to cross the road, even when the cars are coming fast and furious. So pal, tell me, what's a good leader in this feathered world we live in?
Alack, I fear 'tis not just bravery, but the impeccable ability to lay golden eggs that truly sets a leader apart.
Why do the chicken need a leader to cross the road? Can't they just go together, you may ask? Safety in numbers, right? That's true, but having a leader is essential for a successful journey. Leadership provide different functions to facilitate any tasks. In the case of the chicken crossing the road, the leadership functions are these: provide directions, avoid obstacles, provide a safe path across. A leader can help the chicken make informed decisions and keep them safe. A chicken leader can consolidate ideas and streamline the process and minimize confusion. A leader plays a vital role in keeping spirits high. They inspire us, provide encouragement, and remind us of the goal at hand. When faced with uncertainties or fears, a leader's support can help us stay focused and determined. A leader possesses problem-solving skills. They adapt to unexpected situations. They can find solutions. On our Leadership Development Activity Day, the instructors didn't ask us to have a leader in the teams. I think leader naturally arises when there's a need for one. Thomas Carlyle's famous "the great man theory of leadership" suggested that leadership is a naturally inherited ability. You either have it or you don't. But I personally think everyone possesses the ability to be a leader. I don't think leaders are born. I think they are made. From my observation of that day, we as a team, all members took up our parts to be a leader in different activities and in different styles and forms. Team members utilized their own strengths, knowledge, and skills, and were trusted by the others. Therefore, followers willingly accepted their lead and instructions in unison. In the end, I cannot pinpoint which of our team member was the leader, because no one became the sole leader from start to end, and no one distinctively were identified as one. But we won majority of challenges as a team by putting our strengths to maximum and minimizing our weaknesses. By agreeing and communications, we cooperated smoothly. We were a high-performance team. When we reflected on the leadership day in class, why we won mostly, a member of our team shared an interesting idea. Jamie, our only male member, said that we were in it to win. Unlike our competitor team, they were in there to get the job done. Only, I think that's well put. Our goal and mindset was different. Therefore, our outcome was also different. Everyone is a unique and different individual. Therefore, one's perspectives and handling of things are different too. That's also why there are countless of leadership styles. To name a few of the famous leadership styles, they are autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, laissez-faire leadership, transactional leadership, transformational leadership, servant leadership, charismatic leadership, situational leadership, authentic leadership, participative leadership, coaching leadership, visionary leadership, bureaucratic leadership, task-oriented leadership. Whew! Leadership styles vary from situations to situations and persons to persons. The dynamics of followers and leaders also vary. Therefore, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Leadership is a continuum process. One must adopt and adjusts accordingly. In situational leadership theory, leaders assess the readiness of their followers and adjust their leadership style accordingly. They may provide clear instructions and guidance, offer support and coaching, empower and encourage, or delegate authority based on the development level of their followers. The goal is to match the leadership style to the needs of the situation and the followers. Situational leadership is about being flexible and adjusting your approach to lead effectively in different situations. Take the chicken as an example. If a first-time road-crossing chicken, they maybe hesitate and unsure of how to safely cross the road, a knowledgeable leader would provide specific instructions and closely supervised the chicken's actions. They would guide the chicken step by step. When the chicken have some competence but lack commitment or confidence, they may hesitate or retreat when it encounters moving cars. A supportive leader would provide guidance, offer suggestions, and encourage the chicken to build confidence. They would engage in two-way communication, listen to the chicken's concerns, and provide feedback and support to help the chicken develop the necessary skills and confidence.
Oh, I don't know, chicken. I'm feeling a bit clucked up about this whole idea.
Fear not, chicken. We shall employ the wing-to-wing formation and navigate this treacherous ordeal together.
But what if a car comes zooming by, chicken? We'll be poultry in motion.
Ah, my dear friend, we shall employ the ancient technique known as the rapid clucking maneuver. Cars shall stop in their tracks, mesmerized by our clucktastic performance.
All right, if you say so, chicken. Just make sure you don't chicken out on me.
Never, chicken! We shall prove that chickens can cross the road without becoming roadkill, the ultimate victory for our avian brethren.
If the chickens demonstrate moderate to high competence but lack full commitment or motivation, they may display a sense of disinterest in crossing the road.
I'd rather stick to scratching for worms on this side, thank you very much.
In this situation, a coaching leader would delegate more responsibility to the chickens, involve them in decision-making, and create a supportive environment to boost their commitment and motivation. If the chickens are experienced road crossers, a delegating leader would provide minimal guidance or supervision. They would trust the chickens' capabilities and allow them to take charge, make independent decisions, and utilize their expertise and competence. The most memorable leadership approach to me of my leadership development day was when in the third challenge, 30 cards of numbers were placed scattered on the ground inside a big circle. Teammates will need to step on the numbered cards in chronicle order. Every teammate will need to participate in the stepping. Only one person needs to step on the cards, allowed inside the circle at a time. Anyone outside the circle, having any body parts reach the parameter of the circle, will cause the entire team to be fouled. If anyone stepped on the wrong number or missed the sequence, the team will need to be retrieved back to the starting point to start all over again from number 1. The starting point was about 50 meters away from the circle of cards, which means in first, the teams will need to run to the circle in a short time, figure out where the numbers are, and accurately step on those numbers in chronicle order, then back to the starting point to complete. Once teammates knew everyone needs to participate in the stepping, Jessie, who joined in from the second challenge on, simply just said,
"Everyone steps on 3 cards. Pick your order."
And our team just lined up. And then Joey replied,
"We'll go this way. Everyone with 3 consecutive numbers. Then the next person step in the circle."
What a team! It seems we already formed a close-knit and committed team from the get-go. Everyone knows their role, synergistically stepped up for their parts without questions. Our strategy at first was to identify where the numbers were, so we weren't aiming for fast time, we were aiming for smoothness. Instead, we've noticed that once our teammate finished stepping 3 cards, the next person would sometimes step in the circle too fast, simultaneously, inside the circle, got us disqualified. Jessie gathered us and told us to voice out our steps, also notify others when we're done.
13, 14, 15, I'm out.
The next teammate will know it's their turn. When we have a clear picture as to what's required of us and how we can achieve our goal, The instructors raised up the difficulty level of the challenge, switched the numbered cards to symbols, formulas, riddles, Roman numbers all together. We still have to figure out the numbers in chronicle order. When we ran to the circle of cards, after seeing them, I panicked. The cards didn't make any sense to me at all. My mind was blank. I didn't see any way how I can find a number out of those cards. I think a few teammates felt the same, because we got pulled back to start over as we stepped on the wrong card. When we retrieved back to the starting point, Jessie pulled us together and incredibly memorized each pictures and symbols on those cards. She calmly walked us through what she saw and what they could possibly mean.
In order to find out if that's what I think they mean, we need to step on it. Trial and error.
Jessie even gave some teammates who mistakenly stepped the wrong card encouragements. To me, Jessie is the exact replicate of the path-goal theory of leadership in real life. In the end, we nailed down the cards in sequence. Looking back at the activity day, I think a good leader is one that can lead a team to excel beyond how they perceive themselves capable of. Leaders will need to have the ability and intelligence to acknowledge their followers' strengths and weaknesses and see their potentials, then wisely encourage and motivate them to go beyond their comfort zone in goals achieving, to consistently deliver excellent results. That was one of the reasons why I didn't actively participate to be the leader in any of the activities that day. The thought of having so much obligations is stressful alone. Even though the trait theory implies that individuals possess varying degrees of traits, that determines the successful level of leadership. Not everyone having the traits want to be a leader. Cartoon, our bubbly, talkative teammate who possesses a very high likability, always optimistic and cheerful. She was probably one of the most persuasive person on the activity day. When in the last activity, called the Circle of Trust, 2 competitive teams joined together in a big circle as a group to hold a climbing rope loop. Everyone needs to lean back in order to stiffen the rope in waist height. Then people were encouraged to walk on the rope, between the hands of everyone. People hesitated. Some of them reflected back later in class about wanting to try, but feared of their weights burdening to others, or falling down mid-air. A lot of persuasion was going, majority declined while a few willingly took up the part, as they said it will allow everyone to wrap up the day early. After 2 comparably lighter weight, girls tried and succeeded. Cartoon encouraged one of our instructors to do it. At first, he rejected by telling us his role of the day. But it only took Cartoon a sentence to convince him to do it. Cartoon simply just said, "How often are you given such opportunity? Actions are better than feelings." Then the instructor walked a full circle on the rope in mid-air waist height. I believe persuasion is a crucial trait in leadership. But Cartoon didn't take up any part in leadership. She was our cheerleader instead, kept our spirit high throughout the day. This was also what I think contributed to us winning majority of the challenges, because a high-performing team is about having the right attitude and mindset, feeling hopeful toward challenges. It's about a team of people willing to push through difficulties and solve problems together. We did it by openly communicating, taking suggestions, accepting others' limitations, granted everyone their rights to freely express what they think. Remember the 5th stage of Tuckman's team development? Well, as much as I enjoyed our session together today, it looks like it's time for us all to part. I want everyone to know that we all have the ability to be a leader. It just takes a little bit of efforts to take a step forward, to make a positive difference for both your life and others. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you learned something here. Goodbye and safe travel.
The streets are filled with danger, hoofed demons on wheels.
Death lurks beneath the tires, it's a feeling that reveals.
We cluck in fear, our feathers ruffled as they speed by.
Watch out, brother, don't be the next roadkill pie.